a strange monolith on Mars' moon Phobos, and signals no one can explain. Are these clues of an alien presence, hidden in plain sight just beyond Mars? What if Mars was never truly lifeless? What if its greatest mystery isn't on its dusty surface, but silently circling above it on a small, dying moon named Phobos? Mars has long fascinated humanity, with signs of ancient rivers, lost magnetism, dried lake beds, and whispers of microbial life. But orbiting just 6,000 kilometers above the red world is something far stranger. Phobos is no ordinary moon. It's tiny, misshapen, pockmarked, and races around Mars so quickly it rises and sets twice each Martian day. Unlike any other moon in the solar system, it appears to be in a death spiral, inching closer and closer to Mars with each passing year. But despite its erratic orbit and its scarred, grooved surface, there lies something on this desolate world that continues to haunt scientists, astronomers, conspiracy theorists, and visionaries alike: the Phobos monolith. First identified clearly in high-resolution images taken by NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter in 2009, this large, perfectly vertical object stands nearly 90 meters tall and rises in haunting isolation from the chaos of the surrounding terrain. It is upright, geometrically imposing, silent. Its sharp edges and sheer face cast a shadow across the Martian moon that seems almost too perfect, too deliberate to be a coincidence. Buzz Aldrin himself once proclaimed, "There's a monolith on Phobos." Who put it there? That question, simple and chilling, still echoes through time and space. While mainstream science is quick to suggest it's nothing more than a natural boulder, perhaps formed by an ancient impact or erosion, others aren't so easily convinced. Its uncanny geometry, its loneliness in an otherwise random, jagged landscape, and its vertical posture have led many to believe that it could be artificial. Or worse, deliberate. During the Cold War, Soviet scientists speculated that Phobos might not be entirely natural at all. Some of their radar readings suggested internal voids, anomalies in density, and orbital behaviors inconsistent with a standard captured asteroid. Could it be hollow? Could it be ancient technology? A derelict ship? A beacon? One Soviet astronomer even published a controversial paper suggesting Phobos could be an artificial satellite, placed in orbit deliberately by a long-lost intelligence. These weren't fringe thinkers. These were respected astrophysicists, alarmed by the unexplainable. Add to this the strange linear grooves across Phobos' surface, parallel and deep, running along its curvature like scars, and the puzzle deepens. Some believe these could be stress fractures caused by tidal forces as the moon spirals toward its eventual destruction, but others speculate they may be the remnants of ancient machinery or even deliberate markings. Every piece of data we gather only adds layers of confusion. There are no definitive answers, only a growing storm of questions. And that monolith? It remains. In all the high-resolution images, all the orbital passes, that monolith still stands, unmoved, untouched, as if waiting. Waiting for what? For whom? Arthur C. Clarke, in his prophetic work, 2001, A Space Odyssey, imagined a monolith on the moon, left behind by advanced beings as a kind of test, a trigger for awakening intelligence. Could fiction have accidentally mirrored reality? Could Mars, or more specifically Phobos, have been a similar testing ground? Could we be discovering the remnants of something placed there millennia or millions of years ago? Something not meant to be found until we were ready? The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency is now preparing the Martian Moon's Exploration (MMX) mission, a bold attempt to land on Phobos, collect samples, and bring them back to Earth. It may finally answer the age-old question: what is Phobos really? A captured asteroid? A broken fragment of Mars itself? Or something else entirely? But even before those answers arrive, the mystery has become legend. It's whispered among communities who study the ancient astronaut theory, debated in university halls, and portrayed in documentaries and science fiction. What if Mars was once a thriving world? Its atmosphere, now a thin veil, could have once been rich and life-sustaining. There is evidence of vast riverbeds, delta formations, polar ice caps, and even methane spikes in the atmosphere, each a possible clue. Could an ancient Martian civilization have existed, flourished even, only to fall to disaster? A great war? A planetary cataclysm? Or perhaps something they discovered too late? If they had foreseen their end, could they have launched artifacts into orbit? Monuments? Messages? Or even warnings? Phobos, being in such a low and decaying orbit, would not be an ideal long-term storage site, unless, of course, it was placed deliberately as a temporary marker, one that we would only reach once we achieve the technology and curiosity to go beyond our own world. The monolith, in that case, wouldn't just be a structure. It would be a key, or a test, a sentinel. The idea that intelligent beings once lived on Mars is not entirely outlandish anymore. Scientists now entertain the possibility of subsurface microbial life today, hidden in underground aquifers or in ice-shielded caves. But if there was once more, something advanced, something technological, then surely there would be signs. The monolith could be one such sign. But if it is, it changes everything. It shifts our understanding of evolution, history, and our place in the cosmos. Because if Mars had intelligent life before Earth did, what happened to it? Did it die out? Did it leave? Did it evolve into something else? Or go extinct before its time? And if it did leave, could remnants of that intelligence be scattered across the solar system? Could the asteroid belt, or even moons like Europa or Titan, hold other artifacts? Are we surrounded by whispers of an ancient interplanetary civilization, misunderstood as natural anomalies? If the monolith is artificial, then it's not just a Martian mystery. It's a solar system-wide revelation. And yet, we approach it with caution, because we don't just fear what it might be, we fear what it might say about us. That we are not the first, that we are not alone, that perhaps we are repeating someone else's story, a story that ended in silence. In destruction, Phobos' orbit decays more every year, drawing it slowly toward Mars, where it will one day shatter in the atmosphere or crash into the surface. If the monolith is a message, we are on borrowed time to receive it. In the silence of deep space, a single stone can speak louder than all the noise of humanity. And on that lonely moon, orbiting a cold and ancient world, one object still stands, casting a long shadow across eternity, daring us to look closer and ask the question we've feared since the beginning of time. Who put it there? What does it mean? Could it be more than just stone? Could it house data? Could it be transmitting something we've never been able to interpret? Could it be dormant, waiting for a specific signal to awaken? Or perhaps it's already awakened, and we just haven't noticed. Perhaps it observed our satellites arriving, our rovers crawling, our radio signals spilling into the void. Maybe it knows we're watching now. Maybe that was the point all along. As our civilization edges closer to becoming interplanetary, perhaps the monolith is not just a relic of the past, but a test for the future. A checkpoint. One last question before we take our place among the stars. Are we ready? And if we're not, will it let us pass? Hit that subscribe button, share your thoughts below, and let's keep exploring the together. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next.